Hi, everybody. I'm Rebecca,
I'm Sean.
and welcome to,
Our Life Growing Old.
and yes, we are. We're here to tell you I fell off the porch.
Yeah, when we start getting older, we start, our legs get a little wobbly anymore, and we start losing our sense of balance. And
We do stupid things,
yeah,
and I did. I was, it was July 22nd, and it was a Thursday, and I was taking her out to pee, and I decided to go off the steps, and it's only 3 steps down, and I got to the first step right off the porch here, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but I fell. And I fell to the side, to my left, and I fell off the porch. And I landed on my side going this way, and thank goodness my arm was close to me. That I landed on my side. I screamed, and thank goodness it was a nice day that our neighbors, Billy and Stan happened to be home. It was probably about 1:30. He had just gotten in and heard me scream. And she yelled at Stan, "Oh my gosh, Rebecca fell," and go down. And I heard a loud crack in my arm when I fell. I heard a crack. And I thought for sure I broke my arm. I couldn't move it. And I had sat up and I could not move my arm. And I had scratched my leg, my left leg, along the sidewalk, but I landed in the grass. I landed on the ground, but there's a sidewalk there, and my leg scratched along the sidewalk. It hit the sidewalk and then scraped against the sidewalk. My leg was burned. My leg was burning, and my arm was killing me. And Billy kept yelling out the window, "Do I need to call 911?" And I was like, "Just let me get my head together." And she was loose, and my glasses flew off. My shoes went everywhere. I had my phone in my hand, thank goodness. And my phone flew out of my hand, and, Stan came down and he asked me, "What do you want me to do?" And I said, "First of all, hand me my phone. I need to call Sean. He's the first person I thought of, because I always think of him first because he's my lifeline." And so I tried to I texted him 912, and I didn't get an answer when I looked, because I didn't have my glasses on, and when I looked it said 2. And so I did 911, didn't get an answer. So then I looked up his number, because I didn't have his work number on my phone, and I went to Google and Googled it and called, and
we're not allowed to have our phones at work on us, which I think is stupid for some people who are older, and I carried my phone anyway. I keep it on vibrate, but I didn't feel it for some reason. So I decided to get a watch where I can get text on my watch from my phone. So
he was so worried about it that night we had to order a phone. He was so upset.
No, a watch.
A watch, yeah. He was so upset.
So I can get text on.
So he could get text, because he couldn't get my text. And he was upset. Almost made me cry, because he had to have that right away. Like I'm going to fall off the porch every day. But knowing me, that's very possible.
Yeah.
So anyway, I finally, before I called him, I said to Billy, "Yes, you need to call 911, because I knew I wasn't getting up off the ground by myself. And my arm hurt so bad, and my shoulder hurt so bad, I actually thought that I broke something. So I knew I needed to go to the hospital. And I knew that Sean and Stan were going to get me up off of the ground. They're 2 beefy men, but I knew it was going to take more than that, because I wasn't going to be any help. So I called Sean's work, and the secretary there, I told her who I was, and I told her I fell off the porch. I have EMS coming. I needed to talk to Sean. And I heard her call Sean before she even hung up. So, I mean, immediately Sean called me. And I said, you need to come home. I said, you can either meet us at the hospital, but really Sadie was, yes, Sadie was loose. And she, you know, Stan had her, but he needed to come home and take care of her first. She always comes first. And so he came and got her, and we passed. I saw him in the back, when I was in the back of the ambulance, and the back of the EMS truck, which is worse than anything you ever want to ride in. I saw him come down the road, and I knew
I didn't see the ambulance.
I saw you.
Huh. I thought I could get here before the ambulance left, but I guess not. I
No.
didn't.
But I saw him from the back end. And so I knew she was taken care of. And then he called me, and he told me that, you know, he was home and he had her, and I already knew that because I saw him. So he got her, and he locked up the house and everything. But they came and they got me up. It took 3 guys to get me up because I was no help. I mean, my leg was killing me, and they got me up and got me in there and got me to the hospital. And it was the worst hospital experience I've ever had. You can ask Sean. Nobody touched me. The only person that touched me, she watered my leg, and that's what I kind of call it. Watered my leg and put some antibiotic cream on it, slapped a bandage on it, gave me a tetanus shot. One lady came in and listened to my heart and my lungs real quick. They gave me 1 hydrocodone. They did x-ray my arm, and I had as much pain as I was in. I wanted to pass out and throw up. I had student, and I mean, I'm there to help any student. I don't care who it is. I will help any student, but they were x-raying my shoulder and my arm, and I could barely move my arm as it was. And I mean, they got excited because I guess, you know, they don't get to do shoulders very much. That the next thing I know, I had students pouring in the door going, oh good, we get a shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh great, okay, you know, let's do this and get this done. And I must have had 5 hands on me, you know, turning me, doing this, doing that. And they were all excited because they got a shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was in that much pain, I wanted to throw up. I got more attention out of the students than I did anybody else on the floor. And it was the worst experience. And in fact, when they called me, you know, to do a survey on how my experience was, they didn't get a very good experience survey. I mean, it was terrible. It was the worst experience I ever had in the hospital. It was that bad. Oh, you can ask Sean. Hardly anybody touched me, did they?
Yeah, they were getting. They wanted to get a sling for her, and they were gone for like 30, 45 minutes. Just to get a sling. I was just like, I'll just give you my shirt and we'll sling it up and go. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
And then they brought in the sling, and it was the cheapest. I think I have it down here. It was the cheapest sling. I told Sean, I bet you I paid $400 or $500 for that cheap little sling. His t-shirt probably would have been more comfortable. The minute we got home, I took the sling off because it hurt more than anything. I did sleep in the chair the first night.
Oh, and she didn't break anything.
Oh, yeah. Nothing was broke. Oh, and I asked what the crack was. She told me it was arthritis in my shoulder. Never knew I had arthritis in my shoulder.
Well, it's probably like when you pop your knuckles. That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Take your pills, Rebecca.
So I was just, you know, totally shocked that nothing was broken. But I praised Jesus the minute I heard it. So I slept in my chair the first night. The second night I went in and went to bed that way. By Tuesday, I could finally put a bra on. I went nowhere from Thursday. Really, Thursday, I didn't go to church on Sunday because I couldn't wear a bra. And then Tuesday, I finally got a bra on. It was hard to take a shower, but I did. He wiped my back down and stuff for me, helped me out. And then finally by Tuesday, I could do things. And now I'm back to normal, except for I can wear myself out using it a little bit and it'll get sore. But other than that, I'm back to pretty well back to normal. And my leg was really bad. I mean, I was bruised all up my leg. I have some pictures maybe Sean will throw on there to show my leg and my scrape. And all of that's healed. So I'm doing real good. And I posted a couple things on Facebook to show my leg. It looked like road rash. But I'm better and doing good.
That's just all part of getting older, you know. You lose your balance. You know, older people, you know, fall a lot. And sometimes it can, you know, people end up dying from it. My mom last year, about a year ago, she fell. And, yeah, she, shortly after that, she died. So, I mean, she had other issues, but, and that was during the high part of COVID in 2020. So
she had fell and broke her hip.
Yeah, she had, and they did surgery on her hip and put her in a nursing home, but she wasn't allowed any visitors.
She was one of the tragics of 2020, COVID, and
Dying alone.
Died alone. So.
But her mind was kind of, she was kind of, you know.
And I know that when
getting Alzheimer's or dementia or something, so she wasn't really all there anyway.
But the bad thing of it is when he told his dad about me falling, I heard their conversation, and I know he brought that up about,
Yeah.
you know, her falling. And, you know, at our age, that can happen, you know, breaking a hip. You know, that's the first thing I thought of. You know, that's when I sat up, I kind of went like this to see if I had, you know, kind of wiggled to see if I had broken something. I was more worried about that than I was my arm at first.
And I'm 56 years old, close to 57, and I think about it sometimes, but I'm still in pretty good shape, and I can still move pretty good. But you never know. You know, I could just, like her, step off the porch wrong, and boom, I'm down. Being younger, you can bounce right back from it. When you start getting older, you know, the bones are not as strong as they used to be, you know, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, you were talking about riding in an ambulance.
My first time?
My first time riding in an ambulance, I fell down a flight of stairs with a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
quite a few years ago, but I remember that.
Yeah, that was a while back, but... yeah, that was a pretty bad fall.
So, but that was my first time in an ambulance, and really, I mean, I've been lucky. I fell through steps and stuff, but, you know, and I fall up, you know. I told the EMS when they were here, I said, yeah, my husband's going to kill me because it's usually when I go up these steps that I fall. I've fallen many times. There's no railings out there, and they won't put them up. And I fall going up them because I have nothing to hold on. But, you know, I've lost all this weight. I usually don't have trouble going up. I misjudged going down. I don't think I was paying attention. So, you know, I misjudged going down. So, you know, it just happened. And so now...
Maybe we should get you could use a cane to go up and down those steps.
Well, I'm not going to worry about it because I just quit going down them. I just stay away from them. I let her out and I let her go out and I bring her back in. And I just quit. I won't go up and down them anymore. I'm just going to, you know, unless my life depends on it, then I'll go down them. But I just quit going down them. I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. And not even pay attention to them. So... But other than that, stay tuned. Here we're going to put out another video with my...
gastric sleeve journey.
Yeah, my journey on my sleeve. Got some exciting news coming up, and we're getting closer and closer, so stay tuned to that. Anything else about my fall?
Come grow old with us.
Yep. We love y'all. Take care and God bless you. Bye.